Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's class session. So let's continue. So I modified the small setups changes in the procurement area, and I even created this assignment sets for the supplier and given the approvals and everything in terms of procurement setups also. Now procurement setups are completely fine. So including transaction accounting definition, setups. So in last session, when we created the sales order, it successfully back-to-back process is assigned to the sales order because the item is the back-to-back fulfillment. But unfortunately, the supply source is not created, and for back-to-back buy scenario, we don't need to create any supply orchestration setups. Also, the supply orchestration setups is totally removed from the release 13 initial days onwards. But still, I mean, that is the reason we didn't created supply orchestration setups. So then I modified couple of changes in the so procurement area only. Then I run the collections offline. Now let's see. So SCP underscore test customer. Order type, some test order, business unit, SCP underscore so business unit, into account, CP underscore back to back by item. Click on add. So go to supply details. Navigate to supply details. The warehouse is going to be Hyderabad inventory organization. Go to payment details. Sorry. So payment terms, immediate. Select save. The sales order number is 100. Select submit. Select submit. So the sales order 100 was submitted. Okay. Let's refresh. Is scheduled fine. Then it has to show as supply request complete. Supply request complete is fine. So it has to update to waiting status, waiting for fulfillment. Supply details. Okay, back to back enable. Okay, station process number. Okay, days are pause completed. Okay, that's fine. Select done. Select done. Okay, select done. Now let's go to planning recommendations. Now it will works fine. So because directly it is updated to awaiting shipping, but that means it's not like we have on hand quantity. So the waiting the past status completed successfully. Then let's run release planning recommendations. Now select search, release planning recommendations, select OK. Select OK. Select submit. Select refresh. Okay, release planning recommendations completed successfully. Just log out and login back. It's not a necessary step, guys. Okay, log out and login back is not a necessary step. Go to order management. So select order 100. Select search. So go to actions. Select switch to fulfillment view. So go to fulfillment lines. So scroll down. Navigate to supply details. See now a supply order number created successfully or not. The supply order number created successfully or not.
Yes, sir.
The simple issues is in the procurement there is a small change is there what we have done. And one more thing is so we have the common profile option for global order promising, which global order promising. What is that one? What is the profile option? It belongs to GOP setups.
Yes,
GOP sourcing assignment set. MSP default sourcing assignment set. Remember
Yes.
when we discussed
In administrator profile.
Yeah, from manage administrator profiles, there is MSP default sourcing assignment profile. Is that the right? So what I suggested for everyone there, we should have only one sourcing assignment set profile value. Even in real organization also, across application, we are going to maintain single sourcing assignment set where a n number of combinations, even you can load thousands of records also in that particular sourcing assignment set. But unfortunately, someone modified what we have defined. Just profile option just updated with their one. So that is also one reason why it is causing the issue in earlier scenario. Okay. Now, if you go to general detail,
once again, from where this processing number, the sourcing processing number 3?
So all these are from the DB sequence only, guys. So
Achha.
everything you can find from the meta link, all the DB from the DB sequence number only. And we don't have any option to modify the sequence number. Just we need to follow the one. Okay. So now if you can see the supply order number details also, that means it is what is the status awaiting supply. Awaiting supply nothing but so we have to procure the material. Now can we identify purchase requisition details from here? Yes, we can identify purchase requisition details also from here only. Okay, what is the error? So the by error is there. See, it is going to SCP back-to-back item. The fulfillment is okay. Supply source is in requisition process status. Okay, execution documents. Okay, there is no documentations is processed. What is the possible reason? In requisition SCP underscore supplier 1 SCP underscore Hyderabad inventory fine, but there is a no put up by. So okay, there is no purchase requisition generated. Okay, but see the step going to be purchase requisition, purchase order reservation, but the purchase requisition not generated. Again, why it is not generating? What else we are missing? So successfully we completed the next step, but what else we are missing, guys? Okay, so let's go to setup and maintenance. Last time we were unable to create a supply order, correct? Is that the step we stuck?
Yes.
Now seems like let me check for one by one.
Don't we have an error column in that screen where we can really identify what is the error?
Sometimes we cannot identify the clear error details. Okay, just we have to debug with our own knowledge. So PO requisition is fine, requisitions of business unit, approval group is fine. For requisition, approvals is there, that's fine. Then deploy. First point for requisition.
The requisitions that are created through back-to-back, they are all auto-approved, is it?
No, it doesn't matter about approvals. Just I'm cross-verifying all the
No,
possible.
I just want to check out of curiosity that
No,
are they,
yeah, I mean,
are
yes,
they
they are going to.
auto-approved?
Yeah, they are going to auto approve if the default procurement requester and the preparer if he is having approval limit.
Oh, else it will go for the hierarchy, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Edit
So that's
rules.
like in e-business, like we have one profile value, right? MRP default sourcing rule. Like
That is different. That's a using for common for every sourcing. Here we are using MSP default sourcing assignment set, right? We just enable. Select deploy. So this is setup is fine. Select done. Select procurement foundation. Let's quickly verify cross verify. So requisition business functions. CP so business unit. So goods is there, price to location is fine, distribution level of role required for by about the available supply. Price per role required item is fine. Setup, save and close. Procurement business functions. CP so business unit. So immediate is fine. SCP underscore user is fine. Use shift to organization and location. These are not required actually. These are for creating the purchase. Okay, I got it. I got the possible reason. It's maybe procurement requester. The preferences for the default procurement requester and preparer. So we given order management parameters. In order management parameters, so what is the setup we have done in order management parameters? So procurement preparer for back-to-back fulfillment as a SCP underscore user one, correct?
Yes.
So document numbering setups also fine. That means once again, let's finally verify procurement transaction accounting rules. So let's go to transaction accounting definition. So SCP underscore TAD also successfully activated it. And let me verify manage subledger accounting options. So ledger starts with maybe if the preferences is pending. The preferences setup is not completed, which is the possible reason why it got error. For the procurement preparer, in the parameters, whoever the person we are going to give the procurement preparer and requester, that person usually should have requisition preferences. Maybe that setup is missing. So because of sourcing assignment setup is missing, and in the requisition business functions, some small setup is missing. Initially, we are unable to identify this particular supply order number also. The system didn't created supply order number also, but now that issue is successfully resolved. But the possible reason why still it is not creating is the preferences. Let me cross verify. Let me open and another reason maybe this TAD setup. So maybe I didn't update it here. Let me check this one also. Okay, it's not opening here. Just go to maybe the setup here manage subledger accounting option also missing, because if you want auto create the requisition also. So what is the account is going to hit in requisition? Forget about cloud in EBS. Which account is going to populate for requisitions? Charge account, right? Do we need to populate charge account or not? In EBS, guys.
Yeah, of course, yes.
From account generator. So for that purpose also, here we are going to populate from the transaction accounting definition. So if you are creating manually requisition, at the time of creating the requisition, it will fail. And if you don't have, so that setup, even for back-to-back fulfillment, even it won't create. So let me verify. The only possible setups, two setups are missing is one is subledger accounting option setup, another one is requisition preferences. If any of this one missing, then we cannot generate the supply order. SAP underscore primary ledger purchasing. Okay, we don't have our TAD also. 1 second. So our TAD is SAP underscore TAD. SAP TAD. Select save. So one is the TAD setup is missing. That is one reason. Let me verify preferences also. So TAD setup is now successfully applied. Okay. Let me go to requisition preferences also. So more task, update requisition preferences. See the default preference here. I mean, we didn't define. If we don't define, usually it's going to be default destination type inventory. So sub inventory also default destination sub inventory stores. Seller save close. That's fine. Updated prepare and requester is not required. It's okay. Okay, both setups are missing. That is the reason. So TAD setup is missing as well as the requisition preferences also missing. So that is the reason why we are unable to generate the. It's okay. I will navigate from the Firefox only. So go to order management. Select number 100. Select search. So go to. So initially, why is still in waiting status is the only reason that because of a GOP setup and a small change in procurement or requisition business function setup, which we modified and we ran the collections, and now we are successfully able to see back-to-back fulfillment related details. There a supply order is generated successfully. So that means, so again is this supply order, system is going to generate the requisition. Again as this supply order, system is going to generate the requisition. But unfortunately, okay, the charge account cannot be generated. The transaction accounting definition is not deriving the valid value. So that's fine. So here also charge account is not generating because of the transaction accounting definition setup. Because of the transaction accounting definition setup. Let's refresh. Select save. So from orchestration process of point of view, we don't have any issue. So select done. Now what we'll do is okay, so the processing is taking time. So in the meantime, we'll create one more order just to not stop the class session. So SAP underscore test customer sales order. So business unit test customer SAP underscore back to back by item. Select airdrop. Go to supply warehouse SAP underscore Hyderabad inventory organization. Payment terms immediate. Select save. Select submit. Select submit. Order was submitted. Okay. That's fine. Let's refresh. The only thing with these back-to-back fulfillment in a cloud application is the list of setups is huge, and if you face any issue, debugging is a bit difficult if you don't know across modules knowledge, guys. So just we have to get the with across modules. Because if a purchase acquisition, so let's take an example earlier. So back-to-back fulfillment is not created. So if you want to identify why, there is couple of reasons which even a system won't show you error message also. So just with our knowledge only, we need to debug. So that kind of, small issues. It's not issue like a process. Process-wise, it's good process only. But for the IT people, debugging will become a difficult, as well as defining the setups also will become a bit complex. For business users, it's going to be easy only, the process and everything. So it's okay. Now successfully it is in awaiting shipping status. Just let's cross verify whether supply order, supply orchestration. Okay. So when the supply orchestration is going to generate, when the supply source is going to generate, supply order number and everything. So once in any back-to-back fulfillment, once we submit the sales order, once it is in awaiting shipping status. So what is the program we need to run?
Planning recommendations.
Release planning recommendations. Select, search, release planning recommendations. Okay. 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 Still, I think Purse is pending. Okay, now maybe it is complete. Okay, release planning recommendations is succeeded. Okay, that's fine. Now go to order management. Sales order number 101. Select search. Let's go to switch to fulfillment view. Let's scroll down. So now a supply order created successfully. Let's open the supply order details. See, now there is a no error this time. So currently, what is the status? What is the status? In purchasing, say purchase requisition is completed successfully. Go to buy. So what is the purchase requisition number? See here, are you able to see purchase requisition number or not, guys?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes.
So if this is a back-to-back make item, what will happen?
Transfer from the
No,
source
back-to-back
order.
make item.
No ways. It's gonna purchase.
It will create a work order. If that is if this is a back-to-back make item, it will create a work order where we can see from here. If this is a back-to-back transfer flow item, against this sales order, system will create a transfer order which we can identify from here. That means this is the supply orchestration plan where we can see the complete plan details. Once purchase requisition against that one purchase order. So purchase order nothing but we are going to receive the material. Once we receive the material, the next step is going to be the reservations, put away, fulfillment completes. So against this purchase order, once we receive, that quantity is going to get reserved, then we are going to deliver to the sub inventory. Here the fulfillment we are going to complete. That means we are going to perform shipping and everything. So execution.
The quantity will be reserved only after you put away. I mean, wouldn't there be a pegging?
No. Once we receive the material with the, before receiving itself, this quantity is reserved for this specific sales order.
Yes,
But so what will happen is once we create the receipt, then automatically the reservations will complete. Okay, as per system process, when the step is going to update is, so once we receive the material, once the physically on-hand quantity is in our inventory, with immediate effect, system is going to reserve the material automatically. System will take care from the back end. So, but even before receiving, against the purchase order, if you want to reserve for any other sales order, so whatever the purchase order going to generate against this requisition, so that purchase order quantity can reserve for only 101 sales order. For any other fulfillment, you cannot reserve even against purchase order, because in reservations, even supply we can, I mean, we can reserve material against a purchase order or against a work order. Remember, guys?
Yes. Yes.
So, but here in this scenario, it won't work. So only even the purchase order is in open status. If you want to block the on-hand quantity against the purchase order, still you cannot block. Only it can be blocked with 101 sales order. But if you are not doing manually, automatically once we receive the material, automatically system will reserve the quantity for specific sales order. Now a purchase requisition SEPR underscore 1001 is successfully created. So then,
So
so
where have you defined the prefix SCPR?
no, with document numbering, we just will anyhow. The next is for 60% of the class people, the procurement session is completed. So remaining people, once we complete these cycles, so we are going to start. Ideally, we want to start by today, but maybe after 3 days we are going to start it. Okay. Okay. Now a purchase requisition is created. So why a purchase order not created? Tell me, guys. What is the reason purchase order not created automatically?
Maybe that option of converting the requisition into automatic sales order, a purchase order hasn't been set.
Okay, when it is going to convert is if we have a BPA, blanket purchase agreement. For back-to-back fulfillment, blanket purchase agreement is not mandatory setup. But if we have a blanket purchase agreement and if we enable, there actually in the controls, there is a checkbox, right? Auto create orders checkbox is there. So if we enable the checkbox, then if purchase requisition are approved, automatically system itself will create a purchase order, and if you have a limit, even purchase order will get approved. But in our scenario, we didn't create a blanket purchase agreement, so that means we need to create manually. We need to create purchase order manually. So now let's go to successfully we generated purchase requisition. What will happen is, guys, issues you will face a small issues only, but to resolve system will take more time. That's the only thing. Okay, so let's go to purchase orders. So let's go to process requisitions. So one requisition is requiring attention, which is SCP R1001. So click on add to document builder. We need to create purchase order again as the requisition only. You shouldn't create manually. So click on add to document builder. So source, we don't have an agreement. A supplier is fine because why supplier is populating, because the source single we defined with supplier combination. So click on edit. Okay, so why again I can. So that's fine. Select create. So amount is 10 rupees, which is the market price. Select create. So the document was created successfully. So if you want, you can overwrite the price anytime. Here you can see the reference requisition number, as well as if you have any agreements, you can see the agreement details also. Go to schedules. Back-to-back fulfillment, request delivery date today itself, distributions. So distributions also, charge account is successfully generated. Not only charge account, but also system is going to generate accrual accounts and variance accounts also. If you click on show all columns, then we can see all details. Say accrual account, variance account, and everything we can see. That's fine. Go to schedules. So go to view columns, show all. So this is also fine. Okay, 1 second. Okay, all the details are successfully created. So even if this is a dropship sales order, you can see one more additional value, nothing but, so that value is nothing but sales order number. So in which scenario? In dropship scenario, even we can identify the sales order number also. Okay, here purchase transaction is fine. Here also charge account, everything is populated. That's fine now. So now successfully, let's submit the purchase order for approvals. Select submit. You must provide a okay receipt routing. Okay, so receipt routing is missing. Maybe the go to schedules. Receipt routing, standard receipt. Receipt routing, standard receipt. Select save. So go to, if you click on manage approvals, to whom it is triggering also system will show you. So click on manage approvals. So if you submit, automatically system will submit. If you click on manage approvals, system will show you to whom the approvals is going to submit. For first time, so better click on manage approvals, because whether approvals are routing properly or not, we can identify. Okay, so approvals is routing successfully to SCP underscore user one. That's fine. Select submit. So the purchase order was submitted for approvals. Just approval notification you will receive after a couple of minutes. Just it will take just a couple of minutes time. In the meantime, what is one more setup we need to complete? So if you want to receive, so which setup is required? If you want to receive the material, what is the setup is required? So in e-business suite receiving options in cloud application, it is receiving parameters for your inventory organization. So we have how to receive in Hyderabad inventory. That means we need so receiving parameters and none. So we are going to explain this receiving parameters at the time of procurement. So receipt routing, standard receipt. So hello unordered receipts. Hello routing override. So include close purchase order for receipts. That's fine. Print shipping documents for dropship sales orders. So the receipt number automatically system has to generate a numeric. Next number going to be 1000. Receipt standard receipt for RME. Okay, for RME inspection, the same valid lots. So it's okay. Select save. Select save and close. So let's verify the notifications. Now action required, approve purchase order. Click on approve. Approve the purchase order acted upon. That's fine. Now the purchase order status should be in open status. Let's go to purchase orders. See, it is in open status. Currently the purchase order is in open status. Okay, now we can see that we ordered successfully. Currently the status is in open. That means it is ready for receiving. So earlier we can see approved status. Here we can see open status. Now from the inventory, let's receive the material. Go to inventory management. Navigate to inventory management. Navigate to receipts. Receive expected shipments. Receive expected shipments. Okay, from here infolet also you can see one line is awaiting receipt. So purchase order, select search. SCP percentage, search SCP 2000. Select search. So the one line is ready for receiving. So click on receive. Click on receive. Click on receive. So how much quantity? One quantity. If you don't know the quantity and if you want to populate the purchase order quantity, just click on show receipt quantity. In real environment, usually people will count and they will populate. So click on show receipt quantity. So it's going to populate as 1 because the sales order quantity is 1. Against that one requisition created for 1 quantity. Against that one purchase order we created for only 1 quantity. Okay, 1 quantity. So initially we are creating the receipt, standard receipt, nothing but first we are going to receive it our location, then we are going to deliver to the sub inventory. So if you are receiving, the destination type is going to receiving only. When you are delivering to the sub inventory, the destination type is going to be the inventory. So 1 quantity we are going to receive. If you want, you can add any details, packing slip number or anything, or else it's fine. Select submit. Select submit. So once in the standard receipt routing, once we receive the material by creating the receipt, then we need to deliver to the sub inventory. Nothing but we have to put away to the sub inventory. The receipt 1001 was created for 1 line. So now select done. Select done. So here you can say awaiting put away. 1 line is awaiting put away. So from infolet you can navigate, or else from the from here 1 line is ready to put away. Likewise you can navigate.
Sarath, while you're doing this, is there a screen where the demand and supply can display the sales order? Sorry, the purchase order line is pegged to the certain sales order line.
Okay, so OTBA, this analysis you need to configure.
Oh, is it? I mean, there doesn't exist a screen like we have item demand supply in EBS.
So demand supply, okay. So demand supply screens by default screens, nothing but infolets are available in the GOP area as well as supply and demand planning area. But for order management area, we don't have the infolets by default.
In EBS we used to have it in inventory, right? In the inventory module.
So inventory,
you can just open that up and have a quick look at as to what is pegged against what.
Yeah, I mean, simple thing. So whatever you want to create, so just go to analysis. From here you can create anything, any analysis, and you can integrate it here, as well as from the OTB also you can integrate here.
So
all the options are available.
Nothing out of the box.
Yeah, everything is within the application only. Most of these scenarios, except in order management scenarios. Order management, I mean, rightly saying all features are available, but still some issues. But remaining all the functionalities by default available. Okay. So now 1 line is awaiting for put away. Put away nothing but deliver to the sub inventory. So 1 quantity we are going to deliver to which sub inventory. So I'm going to deliver to the store sub inventory. Select submit. So the put away transaction was created successfully. Select done. Now let's verify the. Now let's verify. See, even shipment lines awaiting pick release. That's fine. Now let's verify the sales order 101. The statuses, everything we can track from the sales order point of view also. So currently it is in awaiting shipping only. Let's go to switch to fulfillment view. Scroll down. Let's open supply order number. See, now what is the status? This is
Inventory available.
Inventory available. That means on hand is available in the inventory. See now here, whether reservation created or not. I mean, just verify from down to up. Okay, so down, not from up to down. So first purchase requisition created, it is approved successfully. Then purchase order created and it is approved successfully. Then against this purchase order, so system created reservation, then the receipt also completed successfully. So this is the step-by-step process in the back-to-back fulfillment. Here by related document numbers, purchase order number and requisition number. So approved requisition numbers we cannot open, but approved purchase order numbers also we can open. See now, ordered successfully, received successfully, delivered successfully. Everything is successfully done. So everything you can open from order management screen itself. So RKA situation plan. So purchase requisition created successfully, purchase order reservation put away done. Then fulfillment has to complete. Fulfillment completion nothing but so performing pick release and ship confirm against this sales order. So at this moment, before doing pick release, anyone having any questions on this process or flow? Back to back buy means, so we are going to create a sales order with customer only. Then we are going to ship from our inventory organization only. We are going to ship the material to the customer from our inventory organization only. Then what is the only difference is there? So we are not going to on hand quantity. That means against the sales order, we have to generate a purchase requisition to procure the material. Then against the purchase requisition, we are going to create the purchase order. Once purchase order approved, we are going to receive the material into inventory and we are going to deliver to the sub inventory. Then that means on hand will be available. Then we are going to perform pick, release and ship confirm. You may say that why can't I do separately? Yes, in a stand, if you are following standard order to cash cycle, even we can do separately also. But what is back to back means, against the sales order for specific quantity, if system wants to generate everything, or else if you want to create manually also, if you want to create against the sales order only, then we were going to choose a back to back fulfillment scenario. Then back to back, this is the back to back buy scenario. Is everyone clear with this particular scenario so far? But what you people need to have understand is, so from the day one onwards, I clearly explained that try to identify what are the tabs we have from the switch to fulfillment view. So if you are, gone thoroughly with this switch to fulfillment view page, just understanding the page, understanding page nothing but just cross verify what are the columns is there and try to remember as much as you can. So hardly in a seconds you can navigate and you can verify. Okay. So now supply status. What is the supply status? Goods available, nothing but inventory available. That means now I'm going to perform pick release against the sales order successfully. Now let's go to so remaining things. So do we know all the remaining scenarios or not? So what is the next step is going to be pick release and ship confirm, correct? Next step is going to be pick release and ship confirm only, right? Now let's go to fix, select create pick view, select create pick view, organization SCP underscore Hyderabad inventory, sorry, the rule. So the rule is going to be SCP underscore SCPH underscore pick view release rule. So order 101, click on show more. So go to options. So I'm going to enable auto pick confirms. Okay. So why again we need to do manually. Select release now. Select release now. Number of pick created, number of pick slips is 1 and number of picks also successfully created 1. See now 1 is awaiting ship confirm. Let's open awaiting ship confirm. Let's open. The line is in awaiting ship confirm. This line should create against the 101 sales order only. Of course, it will create against 101 only. See now the against 101 sales order shipment number we created successfully. Then what we are going to do? So we are going to perform ship confirm. We are going to perform ship confirm. So add to shipment. Okay, why add to shipment? Already shipment number is there. So there is edit option. So create is fine. Okay, just open the shipment number. Just click on the shipment number. Just click on the shipment number. The shipment is in open status. Let's expand show details. So in shipping parameters, we said that transportation reason is mandatory, as well as a description also we make it as a mandatory. So some back to back, some description to print on fixed slip. So as we make it mandatory, I'm going to write all these things. Shipping method, DHL Air Express. So gross weight some 100, volume some 50. So it's not even mandatory. Freight terms something, collect freight or something. So anyhow, we don't maintain anything, right? So shipped quantity 1 is requested and we are going to ship 1 quantity. So we are going to ship 1 quantity. So this is the moment because it generated to transfer the material to the staging sub-inventory. Okay, all these details are fine. So FOB till destination, we are going to ship the material. Now this is fine. So click on save first. Click on save first. Click on ship confirm. the shipment was confirmed successfully. So are we able to ship the material successfully or not? Is everyone clear with the back-to-back by flow?
Yes.
Okay. So then what is the next scenario we have? What is the next scenario? It is back-to-back make flow, correct?
Yes.
Let's create order. So let's select same customer. It's okay, customer, any customer we can ship, right? Okay, order type, I'm going to choose some test order, business unit, so business unit, SCP underscore, back to back, make item, select OK, bill to account, customer, so click on add row. So this time I'm going to place some, let's take 3 quantity, every time I will have it's only one. So let's go to supply details, go to supply, SCP underscore Hyderabad inventory organization, go to payment terms immediate, select save. I hope we completed all these setups. It's okay. Select submit. The sales order number was 102. Select OK. Let's refresh. Scheduled is fine. Supply request completed. Okay. So 102. 102. Select search. Let's refresh. Awaiting shipping. Okay, that's fine. Just now what we need to do, so we need to release a planning recommendations. So go to, just cross verify whether back to back or related details are enabled. You don't see supply orchestration number, but at least that column should enable if this is the back to back item, right? So just cross verify before run the release planning recommendations. So okay, are we opening 1 or 2 only? Why supply order also I created already? So back to back make item is fine, awaiting work order. So make, it's okay, document won't create, right? So once we run the release planning recommendations, so system has to generate the work order. Just let's go to release planning recommendations, scheduled process. So ideally in real time what we are going to do, guys, just we are going to schedule this release planning recommendations, and no one is going to perform picking, shipping, and from creation of sales order to performing the ship confirm, no user is going to do in the continuous steps. So it's going to be a step-by-step process in a real warehouse. Yes, we need to do all these things in one go. We may feel like it's a bit of complex process, but when it comes to the real scenario, so everything we are going to schedule and everything will be automated. That means it is really benefit for users. Okay, because why I'm keep on explaining is so not now, but so some 1 year ago when I used it to do interviews, so even solution aspects also they are going to explain like back to back is complex scenario, or I mean, so in a cloud order management or any setup they're saying like it's a very complex, it's a bit tricky. That's what they used to explain. So if you convey in the same way, even clients won't come, right? And even it's not that true. So everything if we can automate, so it's going to be very simple process. Even some people use it to say like we have to log out and log in the interviews. So I used to do mentoring the people, some senior people also. So they used to say like log out and log in. So yes, we are using demo environment sometime for quick data update. We are saying we are doing log out and log in, but not, it is a step by step process. That's why I'm keep on repeating that one also. Okay, just remember these points. Yes, okay, these are important for attending interviews also. One or two. Let's open. So go to switch to fulfillment view. Switch to fulfillment view. So scroll down. Open the supply order number. So okay. So what is our order number created? SCP underscore 1000. So again, is this work order? We need to manufacture the item. Then we are going to ship to the customer. So select done. Now select done. I hope I have the roles. Let's go to work execution. Let's go to work execution. So let's go to manage work orders. So all select search. So currently it is in successful release status. That's fine. SCP 1000. So let's go to review dispatch list. Okay, I will show you this difference also before performing this one. Let's go to manage work orders again. So as we completed manufacturing for everyone, we completed manufacturing for everyone. Okay, so let's open the work order. Let's open the work order. Let's expand the details. See what you can see here now. Back-to-back checkbox is enabled or not.
Yes.
So that means it is the work order related to back-to-back. So if you created a standard work order, whether is this back-to-back checkbox is going to enable?
No.
Is there any option for us to enable? No, right? Yes, these should be enabled automatically through the process only. And even so, operations is fine, where we can see where these things are populating from the work definition. But are you able to see anything related reservation details in the work order area in standard work order or transform or any work orders? Can you find anything like reservation data? So we are completed for manufacturing, right?
No, sir.
So we won't see anything like reservations. So here you can see reservation details as well as the demand document details also. Demand document details also. That means from here the customer details, everything we can identify from the work order also. That means the production people know that. So we are going to perform manufacture these three quantity for the specific. Now go to review dispatch list. So currently it is in. Okay, complete with the details. Backflash material. I'm not going to backflash manually anything. So if you don't do anything manually in the first operation, in the last operation, automatically system will allow you to backflash all the components and resources, and it will pull from the item structure. Okay, select next. So select save and close. Resources we have to transact for each and every operation, because so we cannot report resources at the end of the operations, right? Now the work area is in the 20th operation. Click on show work area, all work center, all. So select search. So whatever the status is in ready. Now it is in 20th operation, complete with the details. We made only 2 operations. Now in the last operation, you can see what are the components you can backflash. I only make it 1 component required to manufacture this item. I'm going to transact complete 3 quantity. Resources I'm going to report the testers also. I'm going to complete in FG sub-inventory. Select save and close. Select save and close. Select done. Now let's go to manage work orders. Select search. Or it is in completed status. Select search. Now open the work order which is completed successfully. Now are you able to see reservations? So remember in EBS also similarly, when you generating a work order against the ATO also, before completing the work order you can see the link between the sales order and work order, but discrete job. But once you complete the discrete job, are you able to see the link in EBS also?
We cannot see.
Okay, same thing here also.
Yeah.
Okay, so select save and close. Select done. Now we successfully manufacture the item against the sales order. We successfully manufacture the item against the sales order. Let's open the order management. 1 or 2. For transfer order, I think inventory transaction defaults also the setup is pending. So inventory transaction defaults also. For transfer order, this. See now what is the status?
Goods available.
Goods available. That means the item on hand quantity is available. So if you want, you can see the. So no, I mean now you don't see link. So all case whatever. Sorry. So top one. Jeopardy, it went on Jeopardy. Okay. So work order is fine. The data is not updating. It's okay. It will update. Okay, just it will take just couple of minutes. It will update. See if the work order completed successfully. Reservation also got created successfully. So what is the next step?
Quick confirm.
Quick release and ship confirm. So is everyone clear with these first two flows? Back to back buy and back to back make flow.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Anyone have any questions? So I'm not going to do pick release. I'm how to do. We all know right how to do pick release and ship confirm. So I'm not going to do pick release and ship confirm. Okay. So now it is in. This status also completed. Now it awaiting shipping. We need to start the next step. That's fine. So anyone have any questions on the back to back buy flow and the back to back make flow?
Sarath, what does the jeopardy mean?
Jeopardy means whatever the items which are in past due or else whatever the due dates is there. So based on the due dates, jeopardy nothing but this much time is so you have to ship by today like that. System is going to show us in the jeopardy. Jeopardy means
Is it the error or warning information or something like that?
no, it's not like a error or just say information only. Like this is the sales orders which we need to ship by this time. Whatever the default. For example, today is the ship date. Today is the scheduled ship date. In that scenario, jeopardy system will say hi nothing but so the sales orders which we need to ship by today itself. So likewise, how many sales orders is in high jeopardy, medium jeopardy, or low jeopardy system will show you. By default, there is some OTBA analysis is there like some 7 days, 5 days, or 1 days like that for the jeopardy purposes. So which are in positive, or else which are going to become positive. So all those things system will show in the jeopardy status, which we need to ship by today like that. So today or next 3 days, all these things system will show in the jeopardy. Nothing but which we need to ship as soon as possible. For that purpose, system will show in jeopardy.
Okay.
Because so if system is not showing, then if people are not going to perform pick release and ship confirm, then automatically we are going to lose our business, right? Customer business. So that is the result. System will populate all these data so we can verify and we can ship those as early as possible. Okay, is everyone clear with the back-to-back buy and make scenarios?
Yes.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is, if you give me 3 minutes, just I will create a dropship item. That's it, and I will run the collections. Tomorrow we'll complete the dropship cycles and back-to-back transfer flow. Then later we can verify this ATO and return scenarios. Okay, just give me 3 minutes. I will create the item and I will close this session. So navigate to product information management. Let's go to create item SEP underscore.
Sarath, while you're creating an item, let me ask you something. I was using the check availability function.
Your voice is totally breaking for me.
Apparently,
Sorry, Rafiq, I didn't hear you properly. Can you please come again?
Yeah, just hold on. I mean, I'm facing a little issue. Let me just fix this. Just give me a
Guys,
moment.
actually, I'm unable to hear his voice properly. Is same for everyone or only for me?
Yeah, sure, that's same.
Rafi, can you give the ping me in chat? Don't you mind? So just I'm going to quickly create this item. Okay, it's a PR, I think. Okay, go to specifications. So sales and order management. So ATP component material only, check ATP material only. So it's not back to back, it's only a dropship item. Then default sales order source type is going to be the external. Go to purchasing. So purchase order as a purchasable is yes, so list price some 5, market price some 10. So that's fine. Okay. Let's go to planning ones. These are all not mandatory anyhow. So go to associations. Let's associate with product information management. Create item. SEP underscore. Just give me 3 minutes, guys. I will complete item and I will complete one inventory transaction default setup for back-to-back transfer order. So I can run collections offline. SEP underscore or drop ship test item active production. Here, go to specifications, go to sales and order management. So customer order enabled is okay. Check ATP components is fine. Default sales order source type is external. Then go to purchasing. So purchasable is fine. List price some 5, market price some 10. Go to associations. Let's search. Let's associate with Hyderabad inventory organization. Click on apply, click on done, click on save and close. Okay, now we created one item. What I'm going to do is I will run collections offline. So setups I'm going to perform tomorrow only. GOP setups for this item I'm going to perform tomorrow in session only. This collections I'm going to run offline, and we need to define, I think, one more setup is pending. So which is inventory transaction defaults. The setup is required for transfer flow. So where is that one? Inventory transaction defaults. Yeah, here. Sorry, I mean item transaction defaults. Go to manage item transaction defaults for SCP underscore in SCP underscore Hyderabad inventory organization. Let's create this setup. So SCP underscore back to back transfer item. For transfer item, the default for sub inventory transfer shipping receiving for receiving. We have to define for receiving in the transfer order as the store sub inventory. Select save. So defaults is going to be that one. That's fine. So now I'm going to run collections offline. Then tomorrow we'll test a dropship scenario and a back-to-back transfer flow scenario. So then we can go with ATO, some return sales orders. Okay. So if you are good, I'm going to close the session. Any questions?
So for this drop shipment order, Sarath, We still need to define some of the setup.
Yes, just we created item, right? We have to define
Okay.
give the steps. All those things in the class we are going to explain. Just
Okay,
run the collections. I mean, I just created item now because if you want to find the item, so that item should be available in the planning data store. That means you need to run the collections, right?
Yes, yes.
So if you are running the collections in the class, it will take half an hour. That is the reason. Yes, I'm going to run offline, and tomorrow we'll continue with the setups.
Okay, fine.
Okay, guys, I'm going to close this session. See you tomorrow. Have a nice day. Bye for now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone.